Hello, everyone. Tony here, your Whispering Angel, to do your weekly spiritual guidance reading. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanksgiving is just a few days away, so I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'm not sure what my plans for video-wise or card of the day. I'll probably do card of the day. I'm not sure what I'm doing video-wise, so I want to tell everyone happy Thanksgiving early. So hopefully everyone is travel safe, be safe. Hopefully everyone has great plans. Invite people over. Make sure you pay attention to the elderly and make sure everyone is getting there. Make sure everyone is not alone, if at all possible. Call those people, reach out to those people. It's hard on those holidays for people. Anyway, your prayers and blessings to everyone. I almost forgot to send prayers and blessings out to everyone. Nothing new to tell. Nothing new to tell. I am doing a lot of subtracting on my list, guys. It's working. Decluttering my life. So don't say, and I'm feeling good about it. So don't ever not feel good about it. Anyway, that goes good with your affirmation for the week that I pulled, because I just have a pile and I pull from the pile. So it's screw it, let's do it. In other words, take that leap of faith, do what needs to be done, and maybe step out of your comfort zone, do something you've always wanted to do. Take that vacation if you can afford it. Do something you've always wanted to do. Do what I've been doing. Subtract from your life. Do what you need to do. Screw it, let's do it. I mean, plain as day, that's what it said. I don't know what the affirmation is going to be. I have a pile, I pull from it, and I go with it. So screw it, let's do it. And screw it, let's do it. Anyway, I'm doing Comfy Cozy Witch. I got this a few weeks ago. I've worked with it once. The cards are really pretty. Little bunny rabbits. The cards are really cool. Little meanings on the front. But yeah, screw it, let's do it. Screw it, let's do it. That just simply could mean a whole lot of things. So, I mean, don't hurt anyone, obviously, in the process. Take your time. Do something that's meaningful and wonderful to you. If there's something you've always wanted to do and haven't been able to do it, do it. That's why I'm going to take that card. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of decluttering in my life. People are always saying, I just don't have time. It's just been so busy. So I decided if you don't have time for me, I don't have time for you. I reach out. Done reaching out. Done trying to. Done. And that's how I feel about things. So I'm only gonna worry about those who I'm gonna only worry about the people who have time for me. So, of course, some things I'm gonna have already today. So, let's do it, my friends. Let's do it. Rosemary. This is about your memory and your ancestors. So, what can we do back in our memory? Rosemary is good for, obviously, cooking. Obviously good for, it smells good when you're cooking. It smells good when you're lighting it. It smells good. But it brings back memories. And with your ancestors, what can you go back in memory lane, back in your DNA, back in your traditions with stories and DNA, family history, to bring you to today. So if rosemary is a memory thing and it's asking you about your ancestors, you can go way back, or you could just go back and find out in your DNA, in your family history with stories and traditions, which goes good with Thanksgiving, of stories and DNA and what makes you who you are. Or if it's memory, what can you learn about yourself, or things that you know about yourself, maybe gifts, talents, who makes you what you are today, or what back in your memory can you remember to tell about who you are and bring back that nostalgia of who you are, why you are, of remembering back, of, I'm going to say, stories, traditions, of what you can tell your children, your family, of what brought you to where you are, as like stories and memory in your memory bank, or what can you relay for traditions, memory. That's what I'm going with anyway. Memory would bring back nostalgia. Ancestors would bring you back to how you got to be where you are, where are you going, what is going on in your life, because ancestors make us who we are and where we're at and who we are. And memory reminds us of who we are. That's what I'm going with. Air, communicate and listen. Communication. But when we're communicating, we got to use our voice. We got to use our throat chakra, and we have to listen. And air brings us back down to earth. But when we're communicating, we also have to listen. We also have to speak our truth. And we also have to verbalize in relationships, because communication is the key to all relationships working. So if we're not verbalizing what we want and we're not listening, this would also go back to our memory and our ancestors of paying attention, listening, and following that memory, those ancestors of communicating and listening and verbalizing what we want. Because nobody knows what we want if we don't verbalize it. But we also, if we're not listening to what people are saying and we're just dilly-dallying and and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I did tell you, but were you listening? There's a difference between hearing and listening. So we have to verbalize, we have to listen, we have to communicate. Because if we got to communicate our truths, we have to communicate what we want, we have to communicate what we need. And this is part of listening. Somebody may need a listening ear. So what is it you want? What is it you need? So verbalize it. People don't know if you don't tell them, my friend. You can't just sit there going, I hope they're listening. I hope they know what I want, if you don't verbalize it, if you don't tell them or write it down. I mean, there are people who can't hear, obviously, but you can write it down, send them a message, send them an email, send something. But communication is key. Communicate in some way, shape, or form. And then, if possible, please listen. Basil, abundance and wellness, time, energy. Abundance comes in time, energy, health, wealth, romance, success, prosperity, peace, hope, all kinds of things, guys. So when a basil, you can cook with it just like you can rosemary. You can put it in soups, you can put it in casseroles, salads. I'm not a big fan of basil, like it's an Italian thing. But in order for abundance to come in, you have to be willing to accept it. You have to give to receive. Abundance is being happy with anything and everything you already have. So abundance and wellness would be your overall self-care, taking care of yourself, being happy with what you already have. So abundance, wellness, time, energy, make an abundance spell, but be very careful when making but the idea is to be happy, practice the attitude of gratitude, give to receive, let go of the word lack. It's not what you don't want, it's what you want versus what you don't want, but already be happy with what you already have. Look around you and say, oh, I'm already happy with this. It's not what you don't have, it's what you already have to be happy with, and then you get what you want versus what you don't want. So be happy with so you're going to get more if you're already happy with what you already have. So it's already coming in. So say, I'm grateful for this, then you'll get more. So let go of the word lack. I know I have to explain that a lot to people. Sacred space, ritual, and center. So this is where we're going to create something like a space. So it can be an actual altar. It could be a chair in a corner. Not really because you're putting yourself in a corner, but just a chair in a room. It could be just because you want to sit somewhere special. It could be a place in your heart. Sacred spaces are anywhere. You could go somewhere like a temple or a church. It's just a space just for yourself. Like I've created an altar and you put your tiny little trinkets on it, candles, and light them. And then you can leave offerings. It could be a place outside that you go and just sit and talk. It could be next to a tree. The idea is you make this place all yourself, where you center, where you sit, you find inner peace. So that's all a sacred space is, whatever it can mean to you, where you find yourself, where you talk to your angels and guides, your source, where you just sit with your passed over loved ones. It's all for yourself. So that being said, let's start all over. This is memory and ancestors, where you remember, where you think back to traditions and stories, where you can talk this week over Thanksgiving, what you're thankful for, what were your stories, what's your DNA, what is your family history. But communicate and listen when people are talking so that you know what's going on, what can you pass down. But always listen to someone when they're talking to you. Let's verbalize, let's communicate in relationships. And let's remember abundance. Let's be thankful. Let's be grateful for anything and everything we already have. And say thank you. Thank you for being present in my life. Let's call on those people. And then let's create a sacred space for ourselves. For anywhere, even inside ourselves. So this week, let's just be thankful. Let's be grateful. Let's be happy. Let's be centered. So that's what I got for you. Happy Thanksgiving. I will see you next week. I love you.